What's up, everybody? Today I am reviewing a bourbon. I'm reviewing a Garrison Brothers single barrel proof. So that is a cask strength version of their single barrel, specifically selected by 7 Grand in Denver. 7 Grand is an awesome whiskey bar. I think they started in LA. They have one location in Denver, and I've always found their barrel picks to be really good. I've never seen them sell a barrel pick before, though. I've seen them have barrel picks at the bar, but they actually sold this one. I think they got a barrel of it, and yeah, so excited to review this one. Let's start straight with the nose. Oh man, I love Garrison Brothers nose and just overall profile, and this one is really a turbocharged version of what I often get from Garrison Brothers. Right off the bat, I think the things that I tend to get from this distillery that I find unique probably has to do with both the Texas climate as well as perhaps the different corn variety they use. But I get a distinct caramel popcorniness from the nose, like a more distinct corn flavor. But it's like a caramel salty corn that I find very appealing. And one thing you find interesting if you look at the side of the Garrison Brothers bottle is they do mention the type of corn they use. So it's a food grade #1 white corn, which I think is different than the variety they use in Kentucky. Another thing I'm not sure everyone knows about Garrison Brothers is these are actually wheated bourbons. This is a wheated mash bill. So there's no rye in this. So yeah, right off the bat, I'm getting that very sweet caramel popcorn. You also get a pretty distinct, like deep dark honey from this nose. You can really tell it was aged in Texas. Like that heat just brings out these really rich, sweet, heavy barrel flavors. But there's also some fruit in there. Like, I'm not sure I have the word for this fruit, but it's really presenting as both this deep, rich honey as well as kind of a bright, citrusy fruit as well. So really just an awesome nose. Really excited to put this one in my mouth. Here we go. Oh man, woo! So absolutely delivers on the palate. It is really balanced. Like this is sweet without being cloyingly sweet, and it's got this it's just this honey flavor I find very, very alluring. Mixed with that like caramel popcorn, you get a little bit of that savoriness. Mixed with honestly a little bit of oak spice, and also just a little bit of proof. This is 62.5% alcohol, just hitting a little hot on first sip. Oh God, the smell of that is just amazing. Oh man, these are great. You know, one thing I found that's interesting is like this distillery is just so divisive online. And if you read any reviews of Garrison Brothers, they're usually talking shit on the price. And I get it. I think their small batch goes for like 80. The single barrel goes for over 100. That's a lot for a not majorly age stated bourbon. But to me, it's almost like if this is in your wheelhouse and you enjoy this like I do, it's worth the money. Like this is... To me, it's not a bad value because these are just really good. Like this is one of the best bourbons in my collection for sure. Oh God. I'm also going to say milk chocolate in there for sure. Like a deep, rich chocolatiness. None of it is like too dark though. Like sometimes in a bourbon when it's got too much oak or too much rich sweetness, it almost starts to present as this like medicinal cough syrup vibe that I really don't like. And this is not that. It's almost like a bright sweetness is the way I would describe it. But, I think if you find one of these single barrel proofs from Garrison Brothers, like it's a buy. Maybe this one's particularly good because that is a cool bar. And actually one of the Garrison Brothers signed it because they were doing an event at the bar. So there's a chance this is a little better than the average single barrel, but oh man, it's just so good. It's a unique distillery profile. And so if you've never tried a Garrison Brothers, try the small batch at a bar. Like I think you'll know very quickly whether this is straight up your alley or if you think it's gross. Because it seems like people only go one of two ways on these. But for me, this is a straight A+, one of the best bourbons I've ever had. Amazing stuff.